don't know if y'all heard or not, but Bill Belichick got a girlfriend who is 49 years his junior. And it is not going away. What's up, kidfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football. We talk football year-round around here. So if you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think that Jordon Hudson has become a distraction for Bill Belichick and UNC football? That feels like a weird question to ask in the year of our Lord 2025 in the month of May, which is as dead as a doornail when it comes to college football. And that might be why you would think that the Jordon Hudson-Bill Belichick relationship has bubbled to the top of the surface. This is sports gossip 101 stuff, guys. We have everything we need to chew for the remainder of the offseason if we want to, because Jordon Hudson and Bill Belichick refuse to be quiet when it's time to be quiet. And that's the thing, right? So Belichick gets the job at UNC, and I don't think that many people really thought one way or the other about Jordon Hudson following him down there because that's your man's, right? And that's what you're going to do with your man's. You're going to follow him down there. When the jokes was being told about the younger woman that Bill Belichick was seeing when he was the New England Patriots head coach, he was still the New England Patriots head coach. And then he gets fired. And in the year where he'd been fired, we didn't really care that much who or what Bill Belichick was dating. Didn't really know that Bill Belichick had a sexual orientation because football and only football. Master of the media. Master of, hey, no distractions. Keep your off the field stuff off the field. We are about doing our job here and nothing else. This seems to fly in the face of what Belichick has preached for most of his adult life as a college football coach. This is a man who loves to talk ball. My favorite example of this is at the end of a documentary about Belichick and Nick Saban, two guys that really are made for each other. They cut up and say, hey, look, now that you guys have finished filming, can we get a couple of minutes here where we can just talk and you guys just leave? Well, they had a corner camera that was still in there as they cleared out the room. And the first thing Nick Saban said as soon as the door shut was, so when you guys go cut, and I'm going, oh my God, this is all these guys do. They just want to talk ball. Belichick has said, I think Nick Saban is the best football coach I've ever met, period. The best ever, across any discipline at any time. Remember, this is a Bill Belichick who's won 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots, who were a hapless franchise before he turned them into a winner with Tom Brady. We can say a lot about how he ended up with Tom Brady. We can even say a lot about what credit he gets to take for Tom Brady. But the fact of the matter is, his rings are his rings. So when he got fired, a lot of people thought that he might get a job right away. Nope. Nobody wanted to hire Bill Belichick because nobody wanted to do it Bill Belichick's way. So then he goes and he does all of these media jobs, right? Had a million jobs over the past year. And it turns out what he actually wanted was to be wanted. And UNC wanted him so much so that they fired what I think is the best head coach that they've ever had, Mac Brown, when you consider what he'd done before he left and after he came back. It's really hard to top what Mac Brown has meant for North Carolina. I mean, bringing Tidewater football down to Carolina, I think is one of the coolest things that he was able to do. But in there, you got to throw in the second half, right? Omarion Hampton, one of the most underrated tailbacks in the history of the ACC. And I mean that. Like, that dude is a monster. Josh Downs coming out of there, right? De'Ami Brown coming out of there. You know about Sam Howell and what he was able to do in Carolina, not necessarily what he was able to do in the NFL. Drake May, cultivating him, turning him from Alabama back to Carolina, and then riding that dude into winning football. And then you get 70 dropped on your skull by James Madison, you embarrass people, and they want to get you fired. So they trade out a 74-year-old head coach for a 73-year-old head coach, a college football Hall of Famer for an NFL Hall of Famer, and they decide that they want to go with the pro model as name, image, and likeness have become the thing that we are doing, right? Running the team, running the program like it is a professional club. And that would be, I think, the one reason where I could see you going to Bill Belichick as opposed to Mac Brown. Mac Brown is of an era that included scholarships, an 85 scholarship limit, and absolutely positively no pay-in players. I get it, if that's what you think. But that was never Mac Brown's thing. He always said that he wanted more money invested in the football program. Whatever that looked like, you needed to do it. That's because Carolina is a basketball school. You win 8 games in Carolina, you've done a good job. You've done a really good job. Ask Larry Fedora how that goes. They don't care that you may or may not have won an ACC championship. They do care that you get 70 dropped on your skull by James Madison. Can't have that. Can't have that. So Bill Belichick, who comes from a place of making the playoffs and then running through the playoffs, has got another thing coming in an ACC where he might be the middle of the pack. Okay? Syracuse is going to be good. Georgia Tech is going to be good. Miami is going to be good. Clemson is always good. SMU, we'll wait and see, but they were decent. Pitt started out really, really well. Nobody knows what Florida State's going to be. Virginia, they might be sorry. Vatech, they might be decent. Wake Forest is going to be trash, but they're still going to give you a hard time. Duke is a better football than Carolina, and NC State might win 7-8 games. And the thing you got to do with Carolina is beat NC State. Duke is one thing in football, but NC State is the thing in football. All those things got to come together while you are manifestly changing the way in which they do business Carolina football, and they're paying you $10 million to do it without you having coached a damn season. For those of y'all that want to say Belichick versus Deion Sanders has shown over the past 5 years he can win in college football. Bill Belichick is not. And we've seen plenty of NFL coaches drop down to college football, and get their asses kicked because they do not enter this space with the proper amount of respect for how you have to build and recruit. You can't just say we're running everything like an NFL club. Herm Edwards did that at Arizona State. It got him fired, and it got them in trouble. 2 things you don't want to do at Carolina. Then you bring in this, for which I think if Belichick was looking at Jordon Hudson at another program, he would say, nah, dog, that's a circus. Can't have that. Can't have that. He has fired dudes for less. But he's going to bring his woman in there. Okay. Then at ACC meetings, he has the nerve to say she doesn't do anything related to football. I see what you're doing there, and I see what you mean. But you have something to do with football, and she is managing your brand, which is squarely at the center of UNC football. They are synonymous. They are the same. And if she is making enough noise for Page 6 to be writing about college football, yeah, dog, she's part of UNC football, whether you like it or not. What I really am interested in is how Bubba Cunningham is doing with all this. Because remember, the Regents passed over the top of Bubba Cunningham's head to go hire Bill Belichick, so much so that they changed the bylaws to where you have to include and consult the athletic director before you go hire a head coach. But Bubba got on the program real quick, showed up to the press conference with cutoff sleeves on a friggin' suit. I say this as a man who has shaken Bubba Cunningham's hand, who went to the University of Tulsa when Bubba Cunningham was the athletic director. I ran track there, and I threw white girls in the air. Some of y'all call that cheerleading. I call it throwing white girls in the air and catching their feet. Awesomes were a part of my job. Liberties were a part of my job. Throwing fools were part of my job. So was running the 4x4. Okay? So we can take it there if you want to take it there. My strength coach said I'm the only dude in the strength room walking around like he's 5'5", 155, like he's 6'5" and bulletproof. Well, dog, when you can throw up 265 for sets of 8 at 255 or at 155, you can do that. Because I did. What you got to say about it? And then I end up pushing the plate because I run my mouth too much. You see, I got to this job, right? When he found out I got this job, it's like, hey, I'm glad to know that your natural skill set is being put to work because nobody talked more noise than you. Pushing the plate, for those of y'all who don't know it, I'm not going to explain it to you. Just know that my black ass is pushing the plate a lot. Even as an upperclassman, I'm pushing the plate because I'm going to say what I got to say. You're not going to shut me up. You're just not going to do it. I'll take the pain. I'll take the punishment. And that is what Jordon Hudson and Bill Belichick are doing right now. You're taking the pain, taking the punishment for doing it how you want to do it. Okay? We're talking about this because it's a thing. It's a thing. It's weird. It's weird not just because of the age thing, which, you can take or leave. I'm not really caught up on that. It's weird because a person that has never had anything to do with football managing the most legendary NFL coach walking, talking today at the college level at a place that is synonymous with Michael Jordan is weird. Mike Lombardi coming in here talking about, hey, light blue is kind of a sissy color, but we make it hard. I'm like, yo, you simply do not understand what Carolina blue is, do you? Yeah, all right. When it goes like that, it doesn't go well. You can't impose your culture over a college football team. The college football team is your culture. If you don't understand at the University of Oklahoma, we must beat Texas, you're not for the job. It's not for you, dog. It's really not. If you don't understand at the University of Oklahoma, ain't nobody happy unless we won 10 games, and those 10 games better be in the regular season. This job ain't for you. If you don't understand Sooner bread, okay, and when I die, okay? If you don't understand the river runs red, okay? Whether Texas is good or not, the river runs red. If you don't understand that a small flyover state like Oklahoma gets everything in the world out of beating the dog piss out of Texas, it ain't for you. Bill Belichick's got another thing coming if he thinks this Jordon Hudson thing is going away simply because he wants to, because that's not how college football works, dog. We love mess, and you have made a mess.